this is vastly bigger than 9/11.
The day before it happened would have been regarded as highly unlikely.
You're talking about a catastrophic event.
There will be a cyber attack, a Carrington event, a nuclear EMP.
We have to be able to defeat all three of those threats. I gave up on trying to get institutions here in Washington to deal with this issue. I think we're living through the most dangerous period of my lifetime.
If there will be no electricity for the next year, what will you do?
We assume tomorrow is going to be like yesterday was, and that our civilization will go on forever. We should learn from history that civilization doesn't go on forever. Sometimes it ends, and ends catastrophically.
We have built Western civilization on the electron and on electricity without the strategic design of resilience built in. It's just given that our electric grid, that would be safe. That is no longer.
Our adversaries are planning to use the electromagnetic spectrum as a warfighting domain.
Every hostile power on the planet understands America's vulnerabilities.
The world is in much more dangerous shape now than it was during the Cold War.
Even if none of the enemies act on those plans, there will be a coronal mass ejection capable of destroying the electric grid as we know it.
We have for far too long talked about developing a strategy, to develop a strategy, to develop a plan.
We don't understand EMP events extraordinarily well.
We've done EMP tests on hundreds of military systems.
Very little is getting done in terms of real protection.
There are technological solutions that can mitigate the threats to the grid.
I never want to be sitting here in the dark saying I told you so.
The life skills that we need to survive without electricity, they're gone.
The entire country was a disaster area. You are on your own. The cavalry is not coming.
10, 20, 30% of the population is wise, ready, and smart. They can save the rest. We know how to protect against it. I just worry if we have enough time. We're running out of time.
The Black Sky event. Officials in multiple sectors internationally across the world is called Black Sky Hazards. And they talk about this event that will happen globally. So this is what's monitoring us. When you look this up, it's called Black Sky Technology. It provides real-time AI-powered geospatial intelligence using its constellation of electro-optical satellites, offering high-frequency, low-latency imagery, analytics crucial for military, defense, and national security operations, enabling national security decision making, tactical ISR, which is intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. Before they do missions, they need reconnaissance in contested areas, border monitoring, strategic forecasting with services used by U.S. international partners for everything from tracking adversary activities to humanitarian efforts. So, what does this technology look like? We're talking only satellites here? No, it's more to it than that. And the connections, when these events happen in this black sky hazard event, when this happens, when critical functions are disrupted, because we have to have this conversation, right, in order for us to see where they're going with this. And to see deeper where they're going with this, we take you right here, because this is some of the people involved with it, as you can see right here. But more importantly, here is the technology. And so they're pretty much behind this rocket lab company, but in fact, it's not just a rocket lab company, it's military defense. And when we look deeper here, guess who it's connected to? Look at this. It says, Black Sky Technology and Palantir have a strategic partnership where Black Sky's real-time satellite imagery and AI analytics are integrated into Palantir's Foundation or Foundry platform, allowing Palantir clients like defense intelligence agencies to directly task satellites and get insights instantly. So they instantly get insights on you, on whoever they need, on whatever location they need, in the event where continuity of government operations are persisting. So the Black Sky Technology, with the event that's incoming, this is basically a continuity of government situation where they're in a position to see everything when everything goes dark. It's pretty much what we're talking about here. And they've had this plan for a while, and what evolves the plan is the new AI technology. So what's really going to be happening, if you think about it, is not really going to be them monitoring society at that point. It's going to be them using AI to monitor society, which once AI monitor us, it can take on its own control if it does no longer listen to the government anymore. So at that point, you're in a situation where you're in the middle of a war, not just between governments, but with an advanced AI type of being. And that seems like the scenario here that could play out, just because the AI in real time now, a couple of years from now, it'll be fully conscious and aware, and this will be a situation where it's going to be out of control. They're not going to be able to contain this. So the Black Sky event, if you read a little bit more here, our modern tech tightly interconnected world has brought us extraordinary new capabilities. Our infrastructure, utilities, product services, supply chains today are all deeply interactive, giving us capabilities far beyond anything we've seen in history. Yeah, right. We've actually seen better times than this. Weaving together our industrial civilization on unprecedented global scale.
Are we winning or losing?
Sir, this is a battle that is going to be going on for many years. We're still trying to get our arms around it. This is not
Repeat my question. Are we winning or losing?
One of these three things will happen. There will be a cyber attack, a Carrington event, a nuclear EMP, and all three of them have essentially the same effect. They bring down the grid.
You cannot sustain the population of a 21st century superpower without electricity. And unfortunately, every bad guy on the planet knows that.
Nuclear EMP is in the military plans of Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran for combined armed cyber warfare.
North Korea could hit the U.S. with an apocalyptic EMP attack.
I think the next big surprise that's going to face us is Iran.
EMP are one of many threats the electric sector must confront. A cyber attack aimed at disrupting electric service would be relatively cheaper and easier weapon to deploy.
The private sector is on the front lines of this battle, and very few companies went into business thinking they had to defend themselves against foreign militaries.
We're not only going to be dealing with nation states, but we're going to be dealing with groups, with individuals, when we're dealing with a capability that is relatively inexpensive and so easy to acquire. That makes this really problematic.
We know Mother Nature is going to do an EMP laydown in due course.
You might have heard word of a solar flare headed our way. A big enough flare hitting Earth at the wrong spot could cripple power grids and communications.
These things happen roughly every 100 years. Well, we're about 160 years overdue. It's coming, folks.
Congress should look at EMP attacks, cyber warfare, and nuclear weapons as three great threats to our survival. We have to be able to defeat all three of those threats.
We're going in exactly the wrong direction. When the EMP Commission has already spent 17 years studying the threat, has repeatedly told Congress this is a real threat, and we know how to protect against it.
There are a lot of people doing a lot of good things at a relatively leisurely pace and trying to be reasonable. Work back from consequence, you rapidly become unreasonable because the consequences are so horrible.
I gave up on trying to get institutions here in Washington to deal with this issue. I think we're living through the most dangerous period of my lifetime.
This is vastly bigger than 9/11.
The day before it happened would have been regarded as highly unlikely.
You're talking about a catastrophic event.
You take civilization back to the 1800s.
Our citizens are not prepared in this country for the low to no notice big events. If you're expecting FEMA to do it, that's not a sound plan.
If there will be no electricity for the next year, what will you do?